what's new with you, Jake, our resident realtor?
Yeah, I mean, the market aside, life is great. We have four dogs now. We adopted our fourth 2 weeks ago. So we have four, which is awesome. There's only three of us in our family, so we're outnumbered. So yay, zone defense. But they're great. So we have Finn, who's our oldest at three. Uh, Braden is 7 months old. Rick is 2 months old. And then our newest one, Cordell, he's 6 months old. And they're adorable, and I love them. And they get up at 6 a.m. every day. So I get up at 6 a.m. every day.
No way that you have an HOA. It's kind of what you're telling
No, yeah, four
me.
dogs, all boys, no rules. It's great. We know the rule is if we get a fifth, we have to get a kennel license. So we're not
Oh,
doing that. But
right
four
on.
is the max, and we're there until we get more land and put a whole bunch of dog kennels up, and then we have rescue. But that's fine. Four is good for now.
No chickens or anything over at
No,
your
not
place?
yet. No. I grew up in the country, and my wife grew up in the city, and so like this is the big compromise for her of not only living in a smaller community, but like having a whole bunch of dogs. And I'm like,
Yeah.
we could have more land and like three times as many dogs, but we'd have to live in the country. That's never going to happen. But this is a good compromise. I'll take my four.
That is awesome. I did not know that that was coming at all. So nice.
You got it.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. They're
Um,
like kids, but they love
yeah,
you a little more.
yeah, right. Unconditionally and whatnot. And
Yes, absolutely. It's great.
yeah, I will say my one dog is plenty. She's good. We're fine.
Nice. Yeah, I think most people are good with one or two. We're like four. Four. Why
Do
not?
it.
They need homes.
That's fine. It's perfect. No, that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, they're great.
All right. Well, I will talk about briefly mortgage stuff.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
it's kind of steady out there. Things are moving a little bit up, a little bit down. There's a lot going on.
Mhm.
I think that the best way to look at that is to say trying to trying to time a mortgage rate is like trying to time the stock market. More people
Yeah.
are going to lose than they win.
Hmm.
Smart move is buying when the house and the money and the payment and everything makes sense for you in the time. I always say
Hmm.
the worst it's going to be on a fixed rate 30-year mortgage is the fixed rate on a 30-year mortgage.
That's
So
true.
as it becomes available to be better with refinances,
Hmm.
utilize the tools as they come and refinance as able and work with it like that. But again, I think waiting on things to match what you're looking for, you're fighting an uphill battle there. So
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point there. I had clients who were renting and then bought during like the height of the COVID craziness. Like we saw a bunch of houses, like 70 houses, and wrote 21 offers.
mhm.
So like they were in it, right? They were in the throes of losing. But they were able to get a rate at like 3.5 or whatever. Um, and then they had to sell 3 years later. And they're like, even then, even though we have sold and our rate went up, we would never change it because it gave us the opportunity to then go buy a bigger house without having to put a ton down because we had the equity in our house now. I'm like, yeah, that's the game you got to play. Like because you bought a house, you got into that game. Yeah, it's always you're right. The highest it's going to be is in that moment. It's not going to go up unless you have an arm, but whatever. But like, if that makes sense, you do
Uh,
it.
that's a fixed rate, I'm pretty sure. No, it's
Right?
a deal where it's a larger picture, and I
Yeah.
constantly am saying that is we want to look at the larger goal set and the larger financial landscape of you, your family, your
Yeah.
investment portfolio, whatever it might be, and you
Mm-hmm.
want to match that up. You want to be working within rationality there and measurable goals. So,
Yeah.
getting the property is better than not getting the property if the
Yep.
goal is to invest in real estate or have a
Yeah.
home for your family.
Yeah. No, I think you bring up a good point there. Like you're asking questions for a reason. Like we're not trying to just get you to buy the house to buy the house. We want to be like, okay, where is your 5 year plan? What's your 10 year plan? Are you going to be in this house forever? Yes or no? Let's go down that road and find out where that best path is. And that's
Yeah,
important.
correct. Match it up, make it right.
Yeah.
Any red flags, any weird stuff? What do you got stories from the field? Anything cool?
I will say that yes, when you have unique situations, whether that is divorce, marriage, selling of other properties to buy this property, using a 401k as your down payment, when your lender asks you up front for information, you should give it first. But second, ask some questions and always don't lose sight of that bigger picture, right? If we're
Mhm.
selling your property or you're buying a property and there's a marital issue going on or whatever, and you don't like each other, cool. But you know what you probably don't like more? Lawyers. and being
Yep.
sued for breach of contract. So just my advice to everyone is always remember at the end of the day, our job is to help you get where you wanted to go. And the goal you gave us in the beginning was either buying or selling real estate. So if we can get there, bluntly, feelings be damned, let's get there. And we're not attorneys, right? I can't force you to go to closing. I can't force you to do anything, but I can remind you of the bigger picture to your point, right? What are
Mm-hmm.
we trying to do? Let's get that done. But yeah, a lot of times those red flags are, did we share all the information up front with everyone in the process? And if we didn't, it comes out eventually because it
People
has
are
to.
gonna people are gonna have to sign documents. People are gonna have to know what you're doing. This
Yes.
is all part
Yes.
of it. I say on the marriage thing, it's binary. You're either married or not married.
Right.
That is a legally defined situation. So you got
Mm-hmm.
that. And I would say too, I'd say all the time, I love looking at people going, look, we got a house. And we found people who want to buy the house and the house is wanting to be sold. So
Mm-hmm.
now get to the end of this.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with in a divorce situation on the listing side in particular, I find it's not uncommon that those two individuals are fighting with each other
Yeah.
and they have been for some time, and that's part
Mm-hmm.
of the thing, and that's life, and that's the situation. But I'm always very cautious with watching buyers of the house go in and say, I want this. And they
Yeah.
get combative and in the
Yep.
negotiation pushing so hard and they want it because they want it. I'm like, what's the real win?
Yeah.
Because what you've done is you've taken something that two people who are fighting with each other are probably already fighting and ready to fight about,
Right.
and
That's a good
joining a
point.
fight that you're not part of
Yep.
because you're moving oftentimes rationally, like
Yeah.
this is what I want. That's
Mm-hmm.
my sticking point. I'm like, well, careful and remember
Yeah.
what the end goal is. Again, what's the end goal? Where are you going with it? What do
Mm-hmm.
you want out of the,
Yep.
the end of this? Is the
Mm-hmm.
house, and may or may not be a story I've lived. You want the bathroom mirrors still to be in the bathroom when you get there. So like the very,
Yeah.
very weird afternoon closing that day. But I
Yeah. I
mean,
bet.
it becomes a situation. People go, well, those aren't fixtures. And I laughed. I'm like,
Mhm.
well, I don't know. Show me a bathroom in America without a mirror, and we'll decide if that's a good
There you
example
go.
of what we're
Yep.
talking about. Uh, and
It's
then I
true.
go back to my lane because I'm
Yep.
not part of that negotiation. Thank
Mm-hmm.
goodness.
Yeah. Staying in our lane. That's, I think, the biggest takeaway, right? I'm
Yeah,
not an attorney. I don't even try to play one. I just know a little bit. And then I say, handing off to a
right.
professional. Like,
Oh,
I know a little bit about mortgages. And then I'm like, yeah, but Brian, he's got the real answers and the money. You should
right.
talk to Brian.
This I always go, oh wow, that is interesting. I might ask, well, I don't know. It's not a license that I have, but you might
Right?
might not be done with that conversation. And I
Yep.
just kind of go back,
God,
like,
that's true. Yeah.
I don't know, try it out. So
Right.
it's always something, and I don't know. I think it's probably why we both are in this is because it's always
Yeah.
different. It's always unique. There's always a puzzle to solve. Getting to work with people to get what they want.
100%.
Again, helping people find
Yep.
their goals. This is a
Yeah.
great thing. That it's just as good to have an attorney do my real estate contracts because it's a contract, and a contract is a contract is a contract. Why would
Sure.
you need a real estate agent?
That's a good one actually, and especially where we live. Illinois is an attorney review state. Everything gets reviewed by them, and other states are. I don't practice in other states for a reason, and one of them is this. Like, I'm not an attorney, and I don't. Less attorneys involved usually is the goal. All the
In
contracts
life.
we use in right, all the contracts we use in Wisconsin are written by attorneys, and they're written with the state statute in there. So I could waste time, bluntly, talking to an attorney, but they already did this. And it's interesting because when we bought our first house, we did that. We had an attorney review the contract, and my wife works in title, and we had good agents. I wasn't licensed yet. And it was funny because great real estate attorney, and she was like, look, you guys know that this is all just like, I can review it, but I'm not, it's all, the contract is there. So I always tell people, you can have an attorney review it, but you're wasting time in a lot of ways. And
Mhm.
the value for me is not writing a contract. Like, it is, because I understand the contract, but the value for me is, who do I know? How do I help you through the process? What's normal timing? What's normally done? Can it be done in this? I think about inspection timelines is the biggest one, right? People are like, can we really get an inspection done in 15 days? I was like, we can get it done in 5. But yes, 15 days, no problem. But that's just because I do this every day, right? Like, we need an inspection done tomorrow. I got a Rolodex of people I'm going to call until I get
Mhm.
someone who will be there tomorrow. Is it the ideal situation? No. Are you going to have to take the time that they have, whatever time works for them? Yes. But it'll get done. And that's nothing against an attorney, but that's not their wheelhouse, right? Also, I work nights and weekends and my fee doesn't change.
Nice. Well,
So,
right. And that's I don't know. I say real estate agents are licensed
yeah,
to do the job. And if you're worried about the contract,
yep,
the attorney you're looking for, they could be the smartest one in the room, but like they don't do real estate transactions. They're not,
right.
if they were a real estate attorney, they'd
Yeah,
probably be your realtor license. Like
yeah,
it's one or the other.
yep,
I don't poo-poo it. And if people are real sticklers about it, great. But then I warn them. I'm exactly what you're saying. It's like, well, I'm not licensed to negotiate on your behalf. And if it
hmm,
starts being, if it's your attorney, great, but be careful because if they're doing hourly, my attorney's like 250 an hour. I
yeah,
don't like it when, and he's not giving me all 60 minutes. I'm sure he's billing inside that for other people. God
hmm,
bless him. But I mean, you're dealing with a different animal,
yeah,
and it's maybe you have your attorney review it once, but I
sure,
don't I like you're saying, but I'm not sure that it gets you all of the other benefits, all of the other
yeah,
things.
yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway,
It goes back to the idea of, do you need it? And if you need it, you need it. But
yeah,
I think about, especially if there's no agents involved, it's a for sale by owner and a seller that's not or buyer's not represented. Sure, you should have someone involved. But like, you could hire me and I'll charge you a flat rate, and I'm cheaper than an attorney. And I'm
no,
going to give you the same level of knowledge of real estate, that probably more so than they are, just because I'm going to tell you stuff I probably shouldn't because I just know it. Like, I'll be like, hey, this is generally how this works. I don't know if
right,
attorneys can say that. Like, I don't know. Again, I'm not one. I just know who they are.
yeah, correct, awesome. I think that's a good myth bust. That's good. One day we should do myths that are true. I don't,
Oh yeah,
I don't
that's a good one
like
too.
true or false. And like I don't know what it would be off the top of my head, but that's a future
Mhm.
get might be what
Yeah,
are things that are maybe thought as misnomers but are really true. Do you have one? I come loaded.
I've got
I'm
one too. I'm ready.
what do you got?
I love dad jokes. So I have a coffee mug at home that has all dad jokes on it. And my family makes fun of me because they're like, we got that for you. I'm like, I know. So you got to hear them now. And so I've read them all. So it's great.
My coffee mug, which exists,
Yes.
has a QR code on it, which you can scan daily to get a new dad joke.
See, that's the level of gift I need. Like, I'm here and you're up here. I got to work on that because that's
That's
amazing.
that is a pretty special wife who is
Yeah.
tolerant of terrible
I was
jokes.
going to say, yeah, we're going to give you the ammunition and then be like, why'd you use it? I'm like, you told me I could tell these jokes.
you,
You gave me the tool. Yeah,
you did
exactly.
this.
Uh huh.
All
Yeah, no
right,
kidding.
lay it on me. What do you got?
All right. Well, this is a good one. Which days are the strongest in the week?
Which days are the strongest in the week?
Saturday and Sunday, because the rest of the days are weekdays.
Nice. Really
It's
good.
cringy. It's great. It's awesome. It's perfect.
Perfect.
Yep.
Hey,
Dad jokes.
hey, it's what's the one? I'd like to thank sidewalks for keeping me off the streets.
That's awesome. I love it.
Right? It's good.
That's great.
So,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah. Besides that, we're doing the Midwest
Oh, I think so.
non-sponsor quick trip.
Absolutely.
See you next time.
See you next time.